After reading this book, your concept of learning will change. At the same time, you will see the world very differently after you read this book. You will be able to explore the aspects of your cognitive self or brain in ways that you had not earlier thought of. You will not look at studies as a burdensome chore. You will be able to score higher marks if that is what you are seeking. Let me elaborate on each of the points without going into too much details because, as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the taste itself. But what I'm trying to do is just to give you a trailer or help you set up an expectation of this book. In a very short sentence, this book will provide you the four brain learning approach as opposed to the current one brain learning approach that is being used around the world. Learning isn't boring, it's full of fun. In fact, if you read this book diligently and honestly, you will get dopamine rush as if you were playing a video game or scrolling your social media. Fun and excitement is lurking at every corner of the process of learning. However, our education system has sterilized the human's learning spirit. I'm glad that my own son developed the love to study. I used to have debates with my wife when he was younger. She used to push him to study like every mother does. However, I cautioned her not to make him feel that studies is something that you do for the parents and it's difficult. Instead, he should develop the love for studies. I'm also glad that despite studying so diligently, he's not a topper. We never emphasized marks and results. We, as parents, just wanted him to love his studies, learn as much as he can, and develop the habit of studying that will help him in his career and life. This much we knew because we both followed a similar path of focusing on understanding and the actual process of learning instead of aiming for high marks. Then this strategy paid off in later years when it was our time to groom our son. We had the challenge to translate our value and strategy towards learning and studying in a way where that he will feel that it is his own choice. Being a parent of an only child is difficult because we can't just close our eyes and have a laissez-faire governance at home. But the various policies that we had at home and our approach towards our son focusing on learning instead of just scoring high marks ultimately paid off. When he was growing up, I had no idea of what was the four brain learning approach, but I had always practiced it throughout my own life. So I directly and indirectly imparted my learning approach to him without the brand name of for brain learning, of course, because when he was growing up I had not thought about it. So in terms of learning, I hope that you too will develop this amazing four brain learning approach to studies, to education, and to life in general. Today, most of the students have got a difficult choice to make that we did not have to make when we were their age. You are inside your room and you do not understand a particular unit that you are studying, it bores you, and your self esteem is going down the drain slowly. In my days, either we slept or we went out. However, we would be caught and we eventually would wake up because we can't sleep indefinitely and we can't stay out indefinitely. Then we would come back and get back to where we had left, even though we did not understand properly. We turned to a unit which we had a better grasp of, and we built our self esteem back up from there. And the cycle continued over time until the exams came. Some of us understood faster and could memorize better, others not so well. Of course, they were the ones who just couldn't understand anything, and they just gave up on studies totally. They were either always outside or playing games, that is, physical, real life games like football, cricket, etc. However, nowadays, under the same situation whereby a student doesn't understand what he's studying in his room, is faced with the distraction from his mobile phone or laptop or computer. It is so tempting because the dopamine that they provide is instantaneous. How would it not be after the billions of dollars spent on making the apps, the social media sites, and video games to be super addictive in order to increase eyeball hours, in turn to increase their profits? Then that student doesn't understand and is feeling bored from the subject. He touches the mobile phone just to relax his anxiety over that frustration of not understanding and not knowing what to do next in order to solve that mathematical problem that he has no clue how to do. So then, in his mind, it's just gonna be 5 minutes break just to freshen him up. However, that turns into an hour. You cannot sleep or be outside for more than an hour or two in the afternoon. But if you are in your room and you have your mobile phone or device in your hands and you are scrolling, playing video games, it's very easy not to be aware that 3 or 4 hours have passed. As I mentioned earlier, this begins a vicious spiral of not understanding the subject, then using your mobile to relax, which further prevents understanding. This in turn increases the use of the mobile phone. This increases distaste for studies because it's not fun like the mobile phone. Then it's back to the mobile phone. It's a terrible spiral that today's children find themselves in. So, what this book will do is help those students find not only a sense of righteousness by studying, but they will be able to find enjoyment, dopamine kicks while they study. In this way, they will be addicted to learning. In this way, they will begin a virtuous circle of technology. What I mean by that is that because of this four brain learning approach, they will have a very positive attitude towards studies and they'll love it because they are beginning to understand what it is, why it is, where it's going to be used, what it needs to be learned to solve certain problems or to understand a certain concept. And then they will use the mobile phone, but they will use YouTube to learn more on that particular topic. They will not use ChatGPT or Gemini to cheat on their assignments, but they will use it as a personal tutor who will check their assignments line by line and provide them with guidance. They'll use the various social media apps to exhibit their projects and new findings. Technology has so much to offer the students who love studies. And this is where I want the reader to reach. This book will also help the student get better marks. I have a chapter dedicated for that also. However, my goal is not to teach the reader how to score higher marks, as I've been mentioning earlier also. That said, if high marks is what you seek, you can expect a lot of insights in how to achieve that particular goal of yours. I started this chapter with the eternal debate of money versus knowledge. You can expect this book to speak in favor of knowledge. Every page of this book, every word, every video is designed to increase your love for your studies. You'll develop the concept that to be successful and happy in life, knowledge is key. You will value knowledge more than money. I will not be repeating the same thing, but this is what will happen to you upon reading this book. Your life will be driven by a desire of knowledge and curiosity, understanding, instead of purely status, power, and possessions. I have to be clear in the introduction itself about what this book is not intended for. It is true that I have pointed out the limitation of the current education system, meaning the teachers and the syllabus that are involved. However, it is not my intention to put the teachers on the spot or under the guillotine. Whatever they are doing with the best intentions and with the techniques that they know of. They have the hardest of all times today because the students have changed, especially due to the technological advancements. Teachers who read this book will benefit tremendously when they are teaching in the classroom. The benefit I had compared to them is I was able to sit one to one with students who wanted to improve their studies and who came with the complaint that they could not study. Then I did not have the burden to finish a syllabus. Also, I did not have a target looming on my head to get a certain pass rate and a number of distinctions in the class. So these two factors allowed me to intently listen to the problems of the students, ask question to understand what prevented him from studying or getting good marks in the exam. With all this information and my own student life as a baseline, combined with all my experience and literature review, I experimented with various methods, techniques to help them solve the particular problem that they brought in. Each student had got a different cognitive problem. At the beginning, I was overwhelmed because some students who were in grade 11 and 12 had got the capacity of a student in class 10 or worse in class 5 equivalent. Yes, that is how poor they were in studies and cognition. Then, after thousands of such counseling sessions, I was able to come up with the system that I have currently called the four brain learning approach. And now I had found a pattern of why students couldn't study and how to make them love their studies so that they would actually sit down and study hard. So, what I'm getting at is teachers didn't have the luxury that I had to do the research that I did. So, I do not think that it is the teacher's fault or even that of the syllabus because you have to sit down with the students and think that they know something more about themselves than you think that you know about them. That's a very humbling experience. I had many teachers in my own life who accidentally used the four brain approach of learning, and when these teachers taught in those incredible, magical, spontaneous, spur of the moments of teaching, it felt out of the world, and you almost got shivers. I still remember so many of such lessons. I am sure that there are still such teachers around, so I have the greatest respect to all teachers, and this is my gift to them. That is the four brain learning approach. Rest assured that I'm not here to shake the foundation of the educational system and make it collapse. I just believe that, as I said earlier, it just needs some more retrofitting and restructuring. Again, I wouldn't know so much about it because I'm not into the process of institutional building. I'm sure that some of you will take up that task as a personal mission in life. I wish you all the best from my side, and this book is also a gift to you. When I wrote this book, I had a lot of experience in the process of book writing because of my earlier five books, as I've been telling you. At first, I came up with the topic, then I developed the title, then I came up with the chapter names. Then I designed the framework for each of the chapters, meaning the sections for each chapter. After that, I came up with the diagrams. Then I made sure that everything fitted together like a perfect jigsaw puzzle. I spent about a month in my head trying to link everything mentally and think about what I'm going to write. Finally, you are reading the book. It may seem that I am writing impromptu because you are also seeing the video, but 80% of the work has already been done, and writing or speaking is the easy part. So it might seem as you read that you are fitting the jigsaw puzzle, but rest assured that there is no missing piece and it's a full jigsaw set. In the world of nonfiction, it's like reading a mystery book. The author already knows who is the killer, but as you progressively read further down the book, more plots is revealed, and you become more and more omniscient as the writer actually is. So this book is quite similar. It is a very well planned, structured book. Definitely, if you are reading this version, you will notice that there is still more editing work that could be done. Hopefully, one day, my publisher will embark in that journey too. So, because of the way I wrote this book, you might want to read the book cover to cover. I have written it in such a way that it won't be boring. Alternatively, you could just jump into a chapter of which the name attracts you. Like you could be interested in economics, so you can just directly jump to that particular chapter. However, I suggest that you at least skim through the various earlier chapters so that you have a general understanding of the four brain learning approach. Through selective reading, you will not miss anything important. You will still understand that particular subject using the four brain learning approach because I have integrated it in every subject of this book. Also, there are many chapters which are written for sharing my own opinions, and depending on which particular sets of opinion you are interested in, you can just directly jump to that particular section or chapter. I have made each chapter as independent of the earlier ones as possible in this book. There are many diagrams in this book, and some of them might appeal to you. So, if you are attracted towards a particular diagram, you can directly jump to that page and try to understand it by reading the text earlier that one or after that one. Again, most of the diagrams are independent and can be understood independently. So, to conclude this first chapter of this book, I just want to reemphasize what it is all about. It is about how to love your studies. The problem with studies today is that we don't understand what we are studying. We don't know where that particular subject or topic will be used. We don't know how it relates to our own lives. We don't know how to apply the learnings from that subject or topic in other aspects than this subject. We don't know what is the hierarchy of the skills that need to be mastered in order to be proficient in that subject. It's like we are putting Google Maps on, then it tells us go right, then in the next 200 meters go left, go right, and so on. It's so boring. However, if, for example, we are in the city of Paris and instead of saying left or right or 200 meters, we were told your objective is to reach the Eiffel Tower. There are many routes to get there. If you want to reach fast, then you can go using a car. You can also go there using a public bus, or you can walk if you are okay to go slow. Don't leave your eyes off the Eiffel Tower, and whichever roads allows your particular mode of transportation to go, use it. Given such an instruction, we will reach the Eiffel Tower, and we will not be bored in the process of making that journey, because it's a discovery at every moment. If we lose our path, we can ask people, but then our frame of reference will always be the tower standing above us, albeit very far away. If we make a wrong turn or we meet a dead end, we can make a U-turn and find another road. It's a mistake, but we can overcome it and learn from it. Isn't it better than not being told that you're supposed to go to Eiffel Tower and just given instructions of left, right, and 200 meters? So this is how this book will help the students love their studies, by showing them the ultimate goal of every subject that they have to study. Eventually, this four-brain learning approach will change the neural wiring in the brain of students. They will be able to get dopamine kicks as though they were playing video games or scrolling on social media, as I've mentioned earlier on. Eventually, a virtuous loop of feedback will occur. The student will love the studies, and then he will study more. Then other people, the parents, the teachers, will felicitate him. Then he will even love his studies more. In this way, he will study more and more effectively, not just in terms of hours. That will increase his results as well as his conversational skills, which will appear more and more educated. With more knowledge, he'll attract the attention of people that were hard to impress before. So that creates a positive or virtuous feedback cycle that augments the love for studies in the student. Finally, the love for studies becomes perpetual when the student realizes that education has made his life much better. It prevented him from making the wrong decision again and again. Then, because of the education he had and his learning capacity, he made the correct strategies and decisions in every aspect of his life. Such realization further increases his love for studies and again creates a new virtuous cycle. He will study more so that he can make better choices in life. So, in this way, I end the introduction of this book, which I hope will become monumental, at least for you.